This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
All right. Naro.
General.
Say yeah.
PBI fine. So where? Say Christmas in Fremani Bo.
Ebo. Yes.
I want
to oh.
Traffic.
Yes.
The Christmas is here, and I think the young one are touched.
The message, you know.
I got so touched by the message,
yeah.
And we are hoping that a bit my year.
Sure.
Very good. So I know we know, baby, I sing. Sorry, them up for it.
Oh yes. Yes. All right. Manchester United and Newcastle are a history for four.
Newcastle for Newcastle history.
History. Too bad.
But General,
yes.
The Champions League, and when it comes to representation, in recent years, it's always about the English and the Spanish. But this year, I'm saying Spain for natural class.
Yeah.
Say, no more 5, but 4 of them will be a top in the group.
Yeah.
Real Madrid are top. Barcelona and say, they find a free sheet are top. Or Real Sociedad as top. Atletico Madrid top the group. In fact, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid more than 6 matches in the group stage without losing a single game. Madrid won all the 6 games.
Yeah.
18 points solid. How many Man City in it 2 years? And teams like Atletico Madrid, that's what team negotiated Bayern Munich and negotiated the entire rounds without conceding, without a single defeat. It tells you that the Spanish teams are up with. But you know, from more indications, Man City and Arsenal will give the English teams a very good representation in the Champions League. Now, Obi Kami, I don't believe in those things. In 2006, when Arsenal played in the finals against Barcelona, losing, that season, United is and that's when we cry over group stage. So Arsenal for BGD I feel we're returning to the Champions League. United, every group. They are all the way to the final. If you look at the Arsenal team, they have what it takes to progress, honestly. I think that they have relatively inexperienced manager. But then, what he's doing in the Premier League, and they were yet a group stage, I think Arsenal has done well. I mean, the Arsenal, they are still have a problem. One, the inexperience of the manager. And we are talking about the Champions League, cathedrals or Moncao. Then they will also have to pray. Say Arsenal team, no, some 2-3 players be there injury because my dreams are new replacement. You talk about Saliba, you talk about Odegaard, their captain, and then probably a Declan Rice. For me, these 3 players do not have replacement at the bench. Bukayo Saka is extremely very good, but if Saka is away, Arsenal can easily reshuffle the players. Now, but last season, the injury to Saliba and the Edeomoko baby Omukudri, so Arsenal can only hope that these guys will not go through those problems. And I think that Man City to negotiate and play all the 6 games and win all. Even though they are not in the best of forms as it's shown in the Premier League, but in the Champions League, they are up to it. You know, I think in Newcastle they had a terrible second half because they had all that it takes to progress. A home game against AC Milan. So for me, I think Newcastle, among Newcastle and the bottom of the whole thing. Because all they needed was to win that game against AC Milan and progress. And that would have been historic. Because Newcastle getting the Champions League, top 4 no credit, and will be room. They had the chance every chance to make. And eventually they could not make it. And I think, say, here Champions League now, general, there are some players who have been exceptional, especially at the group stage. First of all, that boy playing for Paris Saint-Germain, 17-year-old. I think he's the most youngest sensation in the Champions League now. But Jubelham is an accomplished and an established player. But who shared the Warren Zaire Emil, Eyedima PSG for me, on the qualified PSG, because who share more and that equalizer out the map. Then who share the game against AC Milan, who share 3-0 now. That was the game with Biagi Tooms and the boy has arrived. An academy boy dictating the pace, producing some 2 assists, and eventually, that game, because only AC Milan, Ebenya, the same points. But head to head, because of that 3-0 over AC Milan, and they don't qualify. So I think this boy has been a revelation of the Champions League in the group stage. And I think Papa is a friend of Morata. Inter transfer guru. No. He deserves a lot of commendation. Look, Otto Andre Onana, 44 million pounds sterling by Manchester United. The question was, who is going to replace Andre Onana? Nenkofubisa, player being be replacing. Then he went and get Jan Soma for free. And I think say maybe Andy Mubeti might disagree or whatever, but for me, as far as the group stage is concerned, he's the best goalkeeper. Jan Soma, the Swiss guy for Inter Milan. Because if Andre Onana bought the Champions League final, sold him, then you go for a free agent, he comes in, and for me, he's the best. Because I think 5 games not done, he kept 3 clean sheets, and it's the reason Inter never lost a single game in the group stage. General, Adeba Akoye still clear. Omo ya there last season, squad intact.
Okay.
Man City, Inter, Real Madrid, they're still in there. Let's see how things pan out.
Well. Good morning, Sir Sergio Abuanipa. Barcelona board should forget about the legendary status of Xavi and sack him. He has nothing good to offer the team. He's just a conundrum for the team. Kobe Sam watching you live from Ajuma in the central region. Zekov Mohammed Ediwe about the Glazers, the W. Henrys, the Pepe Moratas, the Fiorentina Perez's, the Todd Bowleys are being criticized. You stay in Accra, Ghana, and you don't want to be criticized. You run out of folk like a public tea. And you want us to keep mute. Never. We will talk until the right thing is done. Heart of folk deserves better. Zekov Mohammed, anyway.
Open inform that house.
Accra and Glazers.
Oh, okay.
Accra Glazers,
no. We are catching the moment.
Hey. How can I smart too? Hey, look at you now. So, I do it or call social media. I could hear Omo Bashi, Omo. I'm sorry to be a man back.
Your mom, you're happy with your club.
All right. In the Aba, Nafi, Ababetua, and so remember, you stay in Accra, you don't want to be criticized. No, never. Yes. Zekov Mohammed, Hati Kuno. All right, the new Sir Franco Naro at the Atudana. Andy, so Oti, more Spanish clubs no ebo, and my ball ewo group stage no emo. Na ye interested for the first time 2 English clubs on my boomare. Group stage in Champions League.
You know, come to Shibia.
The Betma can be at the Spanish League in the EPL. Nana, a bit much now we should can be.
Of course, Obi between an argument based on that.
Yeah.
Obi person raise the argument that he has a point. The Spanish teams are not competing in the market in terms of money, but they are competing on the field. Say skank England for no, but Spanish teams no actually almost technical quality. And the materials available they compete to a park and so again. Simpempi otade teams are omunye traditional clubs ne bar, you know, these things are bound to happen. And competition be a bon biano. I recognize it omo gem. Obibeka Real Sociedad and yes Sabia, but the fact of the matter is that so we Real Madrid see here. We Barcelona see here, now we are Atletico Madrid see here, you know, you can go back and check. These are teams that have been consistent in the last 23 years so far as the Champions League are concerned. Madrid above final, I say. Barcelona above final, I say. Atletico Madrid for the European competition. Say no, it's fair. Barcelona standard means it is the standard. And so we hear the Premier League clubs now. Man City na Franco can last season. Man City standard no Franco last 3 seasons see ben now. Only Bayern Munich now the best team in the Champions League so far as the group stage is near concerned. They win the final against Chelsea, they win the semi-final against Real Madrid, and they won the Champions League the last time. So in terms of consistency, we win City all. Now, so we share you know the other side, Liverpool ni ho. It's so obvious. Newcastle United and our game second half we do baby no. Ne do character, any quality, a very good coach on the bench. Now the Champions League standard who's a normal like it. The last 30-20 minutes, who's a normal like it because she that intervention from Fikayo Tomori and Miguel Almiron 90 minutes the ball. She Bruno Gomes ball no boy na Mark Menon ball no Emma ball no. A ban. And look at how Milan recovered because Milan realized that some free more group stage they have to be in the Europa Cup. And look at how they recovered from all the pressure. Na a team a friend Newcastle United de momo. Abraham introduce to Alexander Isak. Emma Rebecca Callum Wilson and Miguel Almiron. Because the first half na a Jolitin, Bruno Gomes and Anthony Gordon and a Rani show. But in the second half David Carabia ye Germany ye make sure say Anthony Gordon team run show ni bio. And I didn't know coach ni introduce Alexander Isak on me far ball from the wide area and almost support to Callum Wilson up front. But Lucas Hernandez, Alexander Florenzi and David Carabia man being on sustaining the pressure and team my friend Newcastle United and the introduction of Pobega and then Samuel Chukwueze did the magic. You know, she go not to share.
Yeah.
And after that go, Abrantia your friend Fikayo Tomori class and your boss had the ball pool. See. And look at that Rafael ball now. You know, and also boy a cocobo a pool no. Inti game ne drew baby he had that level of quality from the bench, from players on the field of play, and clearly so with Joe Leighton. I was saying we were not good enough. You know, I save away from Bruno Gomes and goalkeeper no ball no man a ball ban. Inti team I feel Newcastle United here the baby but it is Milan and yet the Milan now in there but they want to be in Europe and you know they have players on board the semi-final of the Champions League last season. About 90% of their players played in the Champions League semi-final last season almost in Inter Milan and you know they stood up and a team are qualified for the Europa competition. Newcastle, you know, I won't carry the next time on because Liverpool are sorry. United man back. Chelsea is still struggling. But at least Manchester City is assured. Arsenal are back. And so Arsenal more they will not go back. They will still be in the top 4.
Sure.
Next season probably win the Premier League. Now you know Almost about Champions League beauty. Senka one of sayer. And he said you know I'll beat him BB so far as the Champions League are concerned. But he will say apart from the old guys, say we Aston Villa or GB, Nottingham Forest free ho. Now we Liverpool free ho, we Man United free ho. Now we Manchester City or Mababe the recent team in the Premier League, no more pumping so much with Pep Guardiola or consistent in the Champions League and Chelsea under Roman Abramovich. Omobabe Ruemo amonso consistency in the Champions League you know. A very difficult say. Leeds United by run back on Omoko. And the same thing applies to Newcastle United. Omobabe Ruemo back you know they will go back. It will be very difficult so beating me about back. And so we share teams are more experience here. Obebre said you know beating me a match. Omunti English teams in the general this season they will suffer. It is Wembley. Omukrom one ye bebo Champions League no. So check it teams so Omajibu or Wembley.
Final.
Champions League final no. I asked Ajimi you know Wembley. Omuni Hebiu. AC Milan Ajibu or Wembley. Omuni Hebiu. Liverpool Ajibu or Wembley. Omuni Hebiu. Inti said you know oh yeah. Me picking from a countries no. So oh Bayern any Dortmund. The last time I bought Champions League final or Wembley no. Those were the two teams that played in the final. In Tianeko Wembley, no, those two teams are qualified to the next stage of the competition. And look at Bayern, look at Dortmund in a group of Milan, PSG Dortmund a team has top of that group no e kire say omonso work towards the venue you be the Champions League final no the next stage opponent abeshia no and the performance how be done there but clearly Barcelona omonso ya Wembley Masters and you know in 1992 in 2011 they were champions in Wembley. It is Wembley again. Performance in so any but performance in so any it is because of the standard of Barcelona and the expectations. Javi at top in the group. But so shebo no mo against Antioch na, you know. Bibian chrese okoko hie tima. Gentin na Lazio so omo pe Barcelona. You know, and kay champions you don't expect Lazio. So almost pe Barcelona. But omo say omo that's a team ni mo ha. Individual players no Lewandowski share one goal pay in the group stage. You know.
Lazio for some pe Barcelona.
Oh yeah. Who bossy?
Nom to pe Barcelona.
Omo pe pa.
Roma evidenti.
Enti
That's unfair.
oh
Obi kra to fie,
You
obi kra
can't
ko
because we pay we.
obi kra so awe no ogunu no.
say
Oh, Sasa Franco say that's unfair. I'm so be crass worry. You hwe na yehu no. Wa we wase hopoto.
obi wan
Ile okọ.
body
First statement was out. Then the way jaka. The first statement was Ubi if you are good.
no tifie wa go bi no or the pride of London waji so just say na the worry no kobusa no the last time ojibi okay you trust ha team na reason can Newcastle home my record say in the Champions League history it's a class menu from one country menu in Irish
I see different groups.
oh record am I
Newcastle for now.
oh what is
Now we can.
Now we got some free men omo nya hwe you
You the carry today Newcastle move.
Okay. Now they bury right
you know inti Barcelona because of expectation obi are expecting more and then they say Remo Rafael use Joan Soler you know I'm penning for no more Barcelona na say Roma nipa otaja viachi de konkwa ono so otaja because of one ne bobo nti anya hwe nti Empire ye bo an search no mko ye meeting na omunya ne kwan no mko fa coach for Enfamra for Madrid you know e dey na abeka for mu they are the masters of the competition and even in the absence of Benzema they proving omanya Jude Bellingham because this is in Vinicius eye on and off because of injuries but Josele Matonyo Bia imagine look at how he's performing for Real Madrid. That is the magic of Carlo Ancelotti. Inti Manchester City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich last season you know you do say no man and yet it's early days yet there because it be cry in the course of the competition no betimi share and said the Manchester City and Bayern share ya City etimi koko pm e final and then City met Real Madrid and they sparked them with ease the knockout into omo betimi share but see as oh hwe team so omo yi omo dia you know omo say team si etimi yi omo Luis Enrique say teams ni na through PSG minim de no ho ye
PSG are disappointed now.
PSG no you know I will not call it disappointment. That is how they play. So
goals somebody beat AC Milan. Goals. Points there 8-8.
Say Newcastle na share AC Milan no nya 8-8 and come out.
And come call Europa.
You know I'm disappointed.
PSG call Europa.
And the only PSG most of the time they top their group.
Yeah.
So say this season, say last game na a take it before some more qualifying program. Say you, baby I say you.
The materials not the be omo the top group no.
Enyeni, but there are still some of the other guys are no more can who mutimi.
The fact of the matter is that
when you have Neymar, they drew a dine ba and some other materials. So I said, "Obi materials and swat." Oko Chelsea materials and the Chelsea, you know, more anyway, no.
Mebao. The man you group of Galatasaray and Copenhagen. Nasa omo ntimi an qualifier. The situation isn't the same as PSG.
Bandy. PSG back for the home goalkeeper.
What we ho? Come back for. So what we come to their midfield.
Oh, not even any more no say o Colomwani. O Mbappe. At a point in time na he can.
The Ousmane Dembele.
France for on front three no. No Mapija they are PSG. What you say? Then if you look at Milan Skriniar, Marquinhos, Achraf Hakimi and then Hernandez.
Because the names in
Donnarumma.
Yes.
imposed.
Yes. And you because the players in the
to
Baba.
No, me can't say Munya Papo. Me
What's
say
the
Munya
players?
See, I am comparing their players now to the previous teams now. But the top group now, and they are not the same.
But the players, and never compare other teams. No more group in the players no more.
And the MC maybe I mean no by say players DNA a SWAT.
That is it.
Oh baby, how?
So Joe say obi aso SWAT.
Yeah, players
But
SWAT.
SWAT crowd. Omo no mo.
Dodo na wo omo akọ Messi.
Me na mente va say na
Verratti.
I say
Neymar, Messi, Verratti. These are the
Sergio Ramos.
And Sergio Ramos.
Yes.
These are the key guys. Omo Sergio Ramos can impact and share in year 2 fail.
last season he was their best centre back.
Almost said I didn't hear.
Genoa PSG
Dodo na wo.
see ano won games na.
Me sure say. Say no me.
If Newcastle show 4-1, you call disappointment, I agree. But if AC Milan team PSG, I will not call disappointment. If you look at how organized the Dortmund team from last season till now, you know, I will not call this disappointment.
The players now it's almost struggle as no to be this second.
Again Dortmund, you know, Colombo one in mona enye hu bia o. You know, Colombo one in enye hu bia o. That boy is enjoying the mess at the World Cup. Kolomwani. Ni su bebre was that teams middle table teams ni bebre. Enya boy na boy ya Emiliano Martinez chain na odiaji din service ne. You know what is so special about that guy? Or your French didn't appear to spend that amount of money and look at the price tag for the French players. If you are talking about Dembele, he's a good player. But Dembele in Barcelona 5 years performance and them high.
They also have a manager waje Champions League in
They also front three of teams in mobile Champions League in Ina. Ubo so front three no. At least some other class.
Do you know class be?
Mbappe.
Sarango class be.
No, Mbappe.
Kolomwani class be no.
No, ufa Mbappe. Now for Dembele.
At least.
Class be na Dembele wo.
But you just say
Do you know me say oh you good player I mean class or class. Then why are the class? This player play for Barcelona.
class. I said the Brazil no class.
Franco's made mention of the word class.
Class now.
I never use class.
Brazil
And I'm saying Dembele the okay class only be. What is his class?
Opa for Barcelona front three now. Omo dey top your group now. So omo disappointed. Ya try kasi see.
No, Franco. Barcelona disappointing. It is not because of yesterday's defeat. It is because of what we expect from Barcelona.
What I'm saying is, ya can ajia to me say Barca coach ni hwie.
Wasa.
Yes. Omo na top your group.
Yes.
Ofa Barcelona front three. Now the two PSG front three now. PSG front three no was so same Barca.
I disagree.
Why no Barcelona would do Mbappe?
Barcelona. We have Robert Lewandowski.
Undru Mbappe.
Currently, born right can see
When you baby they are back currently.
And never
no can say
players.
He scored just one goal.
Messi a couple players.
Can't see here.
Like you know
Don't go for history.
good. PSG in the Champions League. Their best player, the young player now Franco Boni, you know. He's their best player. It is not Mbappe.
He's not saying he's the best player.
And I'm say football na yek. And I'm say Mbappe na o can. So performance now so they can. We all watch the PSG games. He's not performing. He is not performing. And what was his performance? We watch him against Newcastle that he only scored a penalty. We watch him against AC Milan. Wamoshe. Omubas in James Park. Wamoshe. What Mbappe are you talking about?
Mbappe has been better than Lewandowski.
Who catch Champions League? And I'm giving you the match.
But we are talking about Champions
League. And I may say, I've also talking about the Champions League as well.
Oh yeah, so you are comparing two people.
Yes.
Into Mbappe.
Colomwani Barcelona front three.
Mbappe Dieno. Can Lewandowski Dieno?
I'm saying that he also not performing. But if you are talking about the two players, Lewandowski has class in the Champions League than Mbappe. Why would you guys argue about this?
In the contest.
In fact,
right now,
no. Right now, Mbappe no where they are Champions League.
All you be honest.
Oh yeah, there.
It was so seen.
Oh yeah, now why yeah?
Class there. And the Ballon d'Or, you am from Mbappe beginner stage. You know Ronaldo.
Franco. Newton Mbappe Champions League. Why there?
What
the Franco say? Oh yeah,
what has he done?
Lewandowski former Fino.
Why there? Me say Manchester. No, you know who Mbappe here there.
And a two. Osaso Kessben.
Why there?
Ofa attack.
Why there?
All right.
Why there? What has he done?
Yes, I prepare ye. Okay, because the Buoni man is back.
So he will win, but it's not a problem. I'll make my call.
Okay. Yes. Now I'm making a point so. Okay. And into your free he na yeko. Into what's PSG still me will say be obasa can be say omonya disappointed.
There be just on here on board you know. Omo crack it one as a Franco Boone. He's their best player this season in the Champions
They
League.
go more and no 8-8 nominate AC Milan in the goals. Where -3, where +1, right? And it's a come drop call Europa and come here disappointing.
Omo drop people. Bona omo bono. You know omo level one. Unless you don't watch their games. PSG. Adira. Omo Newcastle on 4-1. This Newcastle United team came to France and drew with them.
Yeah.
They lost to AC Milan at the San Siro. You know, just on
Went to Manchester.
this on board.
Home and away.
On board. Ho ha nebia, modi nebia.
Well, come on, seven before we
So Joe, but I feel that PSG are
last
disappointed.
minute penalty be.
I feel that PSG are disappointed.
They did not live up to expectations.
Last minute
PSG are
penalty.
Class in the Champions League.
PSG are disappointed. Whichever way you look at it, I'm disappointed. I'm budget on the Champions League. You know, top players are available. They have a Champions League winning coach in Luis Enrique. Newcastle coach, they are no Europe on my or no the baby. Dortmund coach cry why? Obi Awoti no but Dortmund coach din. They have relatively an unknown coach no they have material.
Donnarumma,
So PSG
Milan
squad put
Skriniar,
together now in addition to the manager now.
Ashraf Hakimi,
Hernandez.
a statement. Hernandez, a statement. Look at their back four and the goalkeeper. Therefore, in front three, they are supposed to do better than what they did.
Yeah.
And for me, they are disappointing.
Yes. Okay. Enti yemfri hona yewo baby from be abese ewura na nkafe and the European conference in there.
Oh, David, on Monday, there's any match.
Oh, Samu.
Said we say it.
Oh, Samu.
And it is.
Okay. Last season when you very into the Man U, you're discussing.
There are no good big games. Europa and see as a Kobasi AC Milan and Liverpool share.
Yeah.
And they are big game.
Yeah.
That's the last year Man United and Barca share. And they are big game. But CC are there. Match be anyway.
Now, if I don't know country, but Union Saint
Belgium.
Look at you.
US.
Look at you.
So no comment. No, you were listening to
Boniface free or call by Liverpool.
honestly,
Lawyer Kwame Buafu, good morning. Maybe I want to pay me.
in the Liverpool come back your money.
Okay.
Oh, my name is okay. Kotokoni is Setif. Ewo Accra. Omo play bi Amura. Algeria boy bi. Oh, yes, is your. Yes, it is.
Hit him by just the Amura.
All right. Minim say who interested with Fufro inside
Oh, Vito Simen, they are not, you know, and the contract extension. Scanner call 130 means somebody already sent Bakutia.
Yeah.
Or extended to 2025. Now, Omo the Ashim say, wow, they 130 million euros to Bebano.
Yeah.
Omubeja Manako, that is 112 million pounds. Omubeja, I'm a brandy or the TV, so about Bisia kind of amount. The ball is in your court. Chelsea and then Man United. Omunewo Sika these days or matters of here number 9. Real Madrid in here number 9, but you know, they are looking at Hendrik Beba next season. Hendrik scored 11 goals in the Brazilian league. If Carlo Ancelotti stays, it's likely to have a chance. Mbappe are Madia, and it looks likely Mbappe will not come because you know I want to believe say the PSG for next year quiet on Mbappe Sagano. Omunim baby omujina and omo very quiet. And Mbappe the opebia say you know Mbappe the opebia no the man of PSG. The only thing an insan can nko captaincy no. Omo to aba Marquinhos kunya eba players open omo to no. The opebia no it is Mbappe, so I don't think Mbappe will move to Real Madrid next season. Sequoias are obviously one team almost be here number 9 no V2 Simen, but I clear English clubs in Pimpi no are ready to pay more, and if Chelsea can pay that amount of money for Moise Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, no more here number 9 there
To secure good keke. Or not was and this is Uncle Yaman TV next season and I said yeah like I said
I'll see the
ball
ball
okay can cry remember go ball now ball and if you want to be foul now but Chelsea was in the ball and I'm ball
Ebeba.
I feel Ebeba. Etikoi. Also, ma from Sebia injury be na. Ebi I feel now. No.
Different league.
Yes.
The same league. But Ebeba.
Yeah, disappointed in him, papa.
Oh.
Onuka who be na man for cassette rough. Yes. Because they need to almost. They could crucify pa. They could find on the Enzo. Fede omo team no way. Ye midfield do be as exist cry.
Against
Galaga get ton no na faso bi eni so akeka gre ton no. Onu mom gra na.
this is our ball. Against Man United, say one move no. Clearly you miss him if somebody no.
I say man you McTominay no. So no so can then give that.
Yes.
But you know, amu team ne there. Senkamu obi o she goals. Your team is no different from Liverpool. So hey Liverpool matches. But difference in your when more options in a free bench about up front. Look at Manchester City this season. Into Shemuni City see a ball am boy. Difference in goals na obesheno. Nicola Jackson born or boy against Man United. Say Ellen Holland and even Julian Alvarez. And call Bebo hat-tricks Adam. But her born a call in Onana audio her come before to cross a ball. Into some teams are not in good shape, but on attack in the billion. Into that is the problem of a team I fed Chelsea. I agree. Enzo Bema world-class performance in there. Now I could see 4 matches. Casedo Beba, Conor Gallagher na ye consistent. But Raheem Sterling grad, you know, to us in journey. And I could Pama so journey too. Inti mo situation na ankasa de you know, it's not the best for team I friend Chelsea. Inti se munya Vito Simana.
Thiago Silva so need Maguire.
No, this is Thiago Silva is not.
General,
not at all.
Me say One Maguire difference enya e kese bi asa.
Oh, this is Thiago is known for.
More critical chances what goals what is this? Oh, you don't go be yourself.
But the last time Chelsea played without him was your last game. Now Mokofa redeems but the Ashele and Azil the cells in the Levico about back line. Money about no nurse the quack. Muboya no him no. Now back line nurse the quack. It's you know, Mukochi and Catans were California.
Google Baba Bressa, I'm telling you.
David or you know baby name best.
Difference be no better.
Difference a best son say. Obisha mo tra mo besha 4. So Timi Bonko a. Me see Liverpool the Ebi. Games Liverpool go be concede. O dey check.
Okay.
And in the last 10 minutes, na Salah, Luis Diaz, say to have Elliot Abeka on no more you from so look at Liverpool against Fulham. Obi or her board or live school be a hair match no of your son by na game na sasa. Look at their last game as well. Into defense they made for no enkoye papa. But they have attackers are omutimi goals every man here.
But the Shili ne in disaster no move tremudia. I so afraid to my no traffic.
Uti wana usu. Mama ye history ya tu.
Traffic ni baby.
Omunyina usu free Monaco.
Mama ye Champions League history. So da hokaza. Okay, boss, Chelsea will make it to the top 4. Mark my words. Mohamed Salah died. Okay, Carol.
League na mo bono na the Chelsea wa
top 4. Never.
Evia o bompa ese nkuku.
Sa Kingfisher Vim no die. Sa Vim na na mo wona sisi.
Alaji.
Oh, Salah, do was some bombs out of here. All right. Mami ko new to Latin America ta wona here. Na crowd so the eba.